Hello, this is Greg Harrelson with the Coastal Academy of Real Estate. I wanted to answer a question that I get so frequently, especially people that are thinking about getting a real estate license and getting into the business. And the question is, what is the difference of those that get into real estate and shoot to the top, become top producers, they exceed at a high level, and those that fail? Unfortunately, there is a failure rate, when it comes to new licensees and them having success in the real estate business. So I've got a few notes here that I want to share with you. First off, though, I think it's important to understand that most agents don't fail because they didn't have the abilities to make it in real estate. They failed because they got into real estate, they got their license, but they had nobody to guide them, help coach them, and show them the way to sell real estate. So I think a lot of failure happens because someone chooses a real estate company that maybe are looking for experienced agents and they don't have any strategies or any programs for the new agents. So the failing a lot of times comes from a lack of exposure on what to do. And you need someone to tell you, here's the way to make it. When you have somebody that'll guide you, the success rate can be very high. So don't be discouraged. I think it's important that you understand most people that fail don't fail because of a lack of ability. They were more than capable. It just comes down to, did they have anybody showing them what to do from the start? I did write down 3 things that I believe will determine one's success early on in their career. Number 1, as I kind of alluded to, it's the company you choose. You need to find a company that will train you, that will coach you. You need a company that will provide leads. I mean, in the beginning, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, go talk to everybody you know. But you know what? You start talking to everybody you know, and in a week or two, you may have actually went through that entire list. And you can't just call them every single week or it'll be kind of annoying to them. So I believe you need a company that's going to give you leads. You need a company that's going to train or coach you. And trust me, there's plenty of companies out there that will do that. And there's also companies that are not interested in providing that type of value. Maybe they provide a different value to top producers, but they don't provide that value to beginners or newer agents. So look for that. And the last thing that I put under the company you choose, you need a company that has a track record for developing talent. I mean, you can kind of see like these agents were newer in the business and they're taking off at this company, but at this company, the newer agents seem to be failing. Those are the types of things that you want to investigate when you're talking to a real estate company. Do they have a coaching program? Do they provide leads? And what kind of programs do they have for developing young talent? Young, not in age, young as in few years in the business or brand new in the business. The second thing is you got to make sure that you have a jumpstart 90-day plan. Like the day that you get your license and you go into real estate, make sure that you have a business plan. So the company you choose should sit down, write out a business plan with you, and kind of map out for the next 90 days or your first 90 days, here's the steps to success. You need a detailed plan for the first 90 days that incorporates learning the language. Like real estate has a certain language. There's certain questions that we're always asked, and you need to learn the answers to those questions. Some people call those scripts, but I call it the language. You kind of have to learn the language, get an understanding of what to expect. What are the people going to expect from you, and how do you answer those questions that we know you're going to get all the time, as well as understanding how to, present to a buyer or present to a seller. If you're going out to talk to somebody that may want to hire you to sell your property, you need to make sure that you understand what the presentation should look like. Like, what do you bring to a listing presentation? What information should you share and talk about in a listing presentation? And here's one. What information you need to stay away and just not really address? Because there are some things like that you can find. There are pitfalls, in the listing presentations that you can fall in, and you need someone to kind of share with you how to avoid those pitfalls so you can secure the listing, or if you're working with a buyer, you can secure the buyer contract. And then last but not least, you need somebody you can go to. Look, In the beginning of your career, you're going to have the most questions you'll probably ever have in your career. You're going to have questions on, how do I find a buyer? How do I find a seller? How do I set up a showing appointment? How do I do a CMA? How do I do a net sheet for a prospective seller? There's all kinds of information that's just going to come out that you're going to need to know. And the key is you need to be with a company that has time to answer those questions. So when you're looking to start a real estate career and you want to make sure that you have the best chance of success, find a company that has a coaching program. Make sure that you write a 90-day business plan with your company's coach and you have a bulletproof jumpstart plan so you're not wondering what to do. Don't wing it. Build a business plan. And then the last thing you have to have, be assured or make sure that you know that with the company you choose in the beginning, that they're available for all the gotta minutes that's going to come up. And unfortunately, a lot of real estate companies don't hire newer agents or don't really desire to hire newer agents because it takes up a lot of time. But if you find the right one, you'll be on your way to success. I hope that information is found to be helpful, and we hope at the real estate school that we can answer any questions that might come up for you. Talk to you soon.